Standing in London, you're simultaneously in England, Great Britain, and the UK, three names for one patch of grass. But travel north to Edinburgh and call it England, and you'll receive the coldest silence in the north. Why? Because you're looking at a political nesting doll where a country, an island, and a sovereign union occupy the same space but serve different masters. This is an investigation into a country of countries and the world's most successful identity crisis. Welcome to the truth behind England, Great Britain, and the United Kingdom. Words have power, but in the case of this North Atlantic archipelago, words are a minefield. Even the most powerful people on Earth get it wrong. We've seen U.S. presidents, global CEOs, and international sports commentators use England when they mean the UK. To the outside world, it might seem like pedantics, a distinction without a difference. But to the 67 million people living here, the difference is everything. It is the difference between a geographical landmass, a political union, and an ancient national identity. If you look at a passport issued in London, you won't find the word England on the cover. If you look at the Olympic medal table, you won't find the United Kingdom. And if you look at a map of the British Isles, you'll find a country that fought a bloody war specifically to prove they are not British. How did we get here? To understand the present, we have to peel back the layers of the map, like a Russian nesting doll made of history and rain. Let's start with the largest, simplest layer. Great Britain. Take note of that word. Great. It isn't a boast about power, culture, or ego. It's purely geographical. In the ancient world, Britain referred to this entire cluster of islands. Great Britain was simply the greater or larger island. To distinguish it from Little Britain, the region we now know as Brittany in France. Great Britain is an island. Nothing more, nothing less. It is a massive piece of rock surrounded by the sea. On this single piece of rock, there are three distinct nations: England in the south and center, Scotland in the north, and Wales in the west. Think of Great Britain like a house shared by three siblings. They live under the same roof and share the same foundation, but they have very different bedrooms. If you are from Scotland, you are British because you live on the island of Great Britain, but you are most certainly not English. To call a Scotsman English is to ignore 1,000 years of independent history. Now we move from geography to politics. This is where the United Kingdom enters the frame. The UK is not a single country in the way that France or Japan is. The UK is a sovereign state made of 4 individual countries. It's a political union. It's the official club. Its full legal name is a mouthful: the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Notice that "and" in the middle? That is the most important word in British politics. It signifies that the UK is the marriage of the 3 nations on the Big Island: England, Scotland, and Wales, plus 1 nation on the smaller island next door, Northern Ireland. When you see the famous Union Jack flag, you are looking at a visual representation of this marriage. It is a literal overlap of the flags of England, Scotland, and the old flag of Ireland. This is the entity that has a seat at the United Nations and the one the king rules. When people talk about British law, they're usually talking about the UK government. If the definitions are this clear, why is the confusion so universal? The answer lies in a mix of history and cultural dominance. For centuries, England was the powerhouse of the Union. It has the largest population, the capital city, and the seat of parliament. Because London is the heart of the UK, the world began to treat England as the default. It's a bit like calling the entire United States California just because you like Hollywood. But then international sports make it even more confusing. Why, during the FIFA World Cup, do we see England, Scotland, and Wales playing as separate teams? Because in the world of football, the four nations are recognized as independent entities. But wait, 4 years later, during the Olympics, they vanish. They are replaced by one single team, Team GB. Here's the shock for the detail-oriented. Even the name Team GB is technically wrong, because Great Britain doesn't include Northern Ireland. To be accurate, they should be Team UK, but Team GB just sounded better to the marketing departments. Finally, we reach the outermost circle, the British Isles. This is a purely geographical term for the entire collection of over 6,000 islands in this corner of the Atlantic. However, be warned, the Republic of Ireland, the sovereign nation that covers most of the southern island, does not recognize this term. To them, British carries the weight of colonial rule. Using the wrong term here isn't just a mistake of geography, it's a mistake of diplomacy. So let's recap the hierarchy. England is a country, Great Britain is the island it sits on, the United Kingdom is the political union that manages the island plus its neighbor Northern Ireland. And the British Isles is the geographical neighborhood where they all live. If you've enjoyed unpeeling the layers of our global map, consider joining the expedition here at WonderDoc Studio. After all, the world is full of invisible borders, and we're on a mission to find every single one.